This is Twitch. No, I'm just kidding. This is Kick.com. This is Twitch, a place where you can play video games, cook, dance, swim, and whatever this is. Because why beat your cat on the internet when you could beat your cat on the internet?
Milo!
In 2007, the internet welcomed a streaming website called Justin.tv. It was full of copyright infringement, self-harm, and live swatting. All the things you expect from a new website with no moderation. But it would grow and evolve into something more sustainable, and it produced one of the most polarizing people on the platform, Trainwreckstv.
I'm stuck in a tree!
And ass virtue signalers. Each of those brand-friendly motherfuckers, Pokimane included.
You can see a lot of Trainwreck's adolescence in the way he moves now.
Just punched him right in the face. When I beat him up, right, it's crazy. You end up beating the popular kid in school, and just like that, the popular kids want to be friends with you. The hot girls want to you. Everyone wants to be around you.
When he started streaming, it went from speeches to podcasts to being banned for calling women sluts.
Same sluts that rejected us.
And most importantly, to reacting to Gordon Ramsay. Train would watch full episodes of MasterChef, and he was mocked for it on LSF, as viewers called his content lazy and sad. And then, everyone started to do it. One of the biggest streamers Train would call out was Hasan.
I had a conversation with Trainwreck about literally something that he believes I did, that I told him I didn't do, and he couldn't bring up any counters to it. Like, he couldn't bring up proof to it.
Hasan never said anything bad about Train's React content, so Train backtracked and blamed Hasan's community instead. And that made a lot more sense.
Bro, this guy makes one of the biggest hate threads against me watching Gordon Ramsay 3 years ago, and look at him just happily having fun.
But this entire Twitter interaction was odd, and maybe for a reason. But it wouldn't end there.
I'm fucking sick and tired of Trainwrecks.
And these two would go at each other again for Train's biggest addiction. Train used to do a lot of drugs before streaming.
I've done heroin for 4 or 5 years.
Bro, have you heard the story of me doing meth?
Percocet, Oxycontin, heroin.
But he found a new high in gambling. Gambling on Twitch has been around for a long time, and there was a good reason to see it as unethical.
Promoting fake high-stakes gambling to young audiences from illegal jurisdictions with little or no help for gambling addicts.
It started with CSGO skins and loot boxes, but later became shady gambling companies where they would sponsor streamers to play their games with fake money. And all of this came into question when Hasan and Train debated the issue.
If you want to understand why it's terrible, look no further than Trainwreck's own personal experience. Train, do you want to...
Train did his best to kick out the underage viewers. He specifically told people not to gamble.
The real bullshit of gambling. You will lose, and you'll be very, very, very lucky to even break even.
And he never used fake money or played rigged games. But Train was an addict. He moved to Canada just so he could gamble legally. He took sponsored money from stake and online casino business. He gambled with his own money offline, and he was down
$2.3 million loss.
You heard that right. An already tense situation was made even worse a year later when Slicker, a streamer who was well liked and respected in the community, stole funds from not only other streamers, but also his fans. All of this to feed his gambling addiction. And after being found out, this led to chaos.
If I went to the events...
XQC IRL drama farmer.
I'm really sorry.
I was asked to say something.
Just corrupt motherfuckers.
The exact words that were said were like, Maya, you are...
Pokimane led a community effort to ban gambling on the platform. And now, all eyes are on Train, and he responded by accusing Mizkif of covering up sexual assault, and then he claimed Poki and Hasan undermined it with their initial reaction.
You know exactly what I meant.
GameFuel's messaging me about the tweets, even though I know you clarified, and they're saying I sexually assaulted a woman.
It lent itself to so much confusion in that situation that it seemed like you were retaliating with vague accusations that were criminal.
Train comes off like a paranoid person. He was feeling like people were out to get him. They try to get him banned for his opinion on women streamers. They try to get him banned for reacting to Gordon Ramsay. And Slicker lost his money on sports bets, something Twitch itself promotes. But Poki and Hasan were going after slots, the thing Train did on stream. Train felt like Poki and Hasan were virtue signaling and catering to popular opinions. He refers to them as PG-13 streamers and hates them for the power and influence they have. You know, it makes me wonder if there was a reason he came at Hasan so many times.
When I beat him up, crazy how that works, right? It's crazy. You end up beating the popular kid in school, and just like that, everyone wants to be around you.
But in the end, Train lost.
Twitch has banned gambling.
Twitch banned gambling.
Should Twitch ban gambling? They did!
What a f***ed up day!
But it wasn't over. In 2016, Twitch allowed IRL streaming, meaning that you no longer just had to play video games on stream. You can do whatever you wanted.
Yo, what are you doing, bro? Yo, dude, what the f are you doing, dog?
Until you couldn't. Twitch again adjusted their moderation rules and banned some of the most toxic users from this era. The biggest being Ice Poseidon and some of the people from his community.
Every N-word that I've seen that's edgy, always somewhere in the last 5 lines there's a CX.
And this new version of Twitch saw its biggest rise of content creators, like Jake and Bake, Mizkif, and eventually Ninja. Ninja was the biggest streamer, playing the biggest game, collaborating with the biggest celebrities. He was bringing a lot of new attention to the streaming platform. But Twitch's time at the top looked to be challenged. Incoming Mixer, a Microsoft-owned streaming platform that would challenge Twitch. And they just signed their biggest talent.
I know this may come as a shock to many of you, but as of today, I will be streaming exclusively on Mixer.
You traitor. Mixer was competing directly with Twitch. They just poached their biggest talent in Ninja and then signed another big streamer in Shroud. And none of it mattered. Mixer's audience never grew. The people that went over for Ninja didn't really watch other creators. And when they did go to Mixer, they had issues with account creation and onboarding, which is a massive hurdle when you're trying to build a new community.
Both my brothers and my wife needed actual Microsoft assistance to make an account.
Not to mention, Ninja's popularity had already peaked, and he was only getting a lot of views when he played Fortnite, and he had to be winning.
Oh my god, we just destroyed them.
What made Ninja so successful on Twitch was that he was one of the best players playing the most popular games, which is how he became big on Twitch in its earlier days.
Oh, it's the game, baby!
But after the rise of just chatting, maybe that $50 million would have been better to offer mid-tier creators that were better at growing organic audiences through their personalities. And as for Mixer, well, partnering with Stake, Train created Kick, a new streaming service where slots were allowed, challenging Twitch and trying to do what Mixer couldn't, showing porn to children. One of the biggest mistakes Twitch made was offering 50-50 sub splits.
Incentivize someone like Twitch to pay you less on subs,
meaning that they take half of your money. Kick saw that weakness and is fully taking advantage of it by offering a 95-5 sub split. You make way more money streaming on Kick. And this type of competition is good for the entire streaming world. It makes your competition have to step up their game. Kick signed one of the biggest streamers in Aiden Ross, someone who was fed up with the rules at Twitch and was repeatedly getting banned. And then they signed Karina Comp, who, I gotta be honest, I'm not really sure what she does. So, with their new platform up and running and their new talent signed, Kick was off to a terrible start.
I'll give you more money than Pete. More money than Pete.
People were streaming events they weren't allowed to. There was racism, view botting, and sexually explicit content. And it's tough to get sponsors and survive when a platform is like this. Kick is gonna learn that they're gonna need moderation. You don't want to become the 4chan of streaming services. Just be Twitch with new features and slots. It's hard to mess that up. But when you have a guy receiving hit on camera and your biggest streamer is jokingly saying to slit somebody's throat, something went very wrong. But while Kick isn't perfect, neither was Twitch when it first started, and neither is Twitch now. What was Kai Cenat doing on stream? Nothing is gonna start off perfect, and Train is actually clamping down on the biggest problems with the platform.
We still need to deal with this view botter on the site that's view botting the gambling section heavily, you know, but don't worry, we'll handle this.
Kick is a new platform that's gonna be facing issues that new platforms face. It's gonna be a process, but all of the odds are against them.
I understand the chance for success, if all goes right, is maybe 1%.
And as for Train, for as much as he criticizes Hasan,
I want Kick to thrive.
For as much as he says he's not paranoid,
I was blacklisted from their very Among Us groups.
Because I was the guy who made the OTV Among Us lobby, and I never said that to him.
For the way he felt about some of the female streamers,
now it's ran by the goddamn same sluts that rejected us.
And for his thoughts on hating streamers that aren't consistent.
Getting mad over nothing and with their inconsistent beliefs.
Did you used to say on your streams that I wouldn't do this if I was a big streamer?
I probably have, yes. I've said a lot of things on my streams, and I've grown up, evolved, and changed.
But let's keep it $150. Train's a good person. He launched the mental health program, he's given out a lot of money to charity, and he's empathetic to people struggling. But I think he became the thing he hated, complacent at the top, and he needed a new high to take down the next popular thing. Because if Train couldn't take down the most popular streamers, he'll just take down the whole infrastructure instead.
It's crazy. You end up beating the popular kid in school, and just like that, everyone wants to be around you. You can't call these like rare experiences. This is literally the workings of society.